Hello students, today we will continue our topic of money and banking. Till now we have discussed the meaning of barter exchange system, various problems what we were facing earlier, and we observed that the two basic problems which we were facing, which was the non-availability of medium of exchange and non-availability of common unit of measurement, and these two problems can be solved by the evolution of money, because money having the two basic primary function. The first basic primary function of the money is medium of exchange. Actually, in every country, the government declares the currency of that country, which is generally accepted in the form of coin, paper currency, debit card, credit card, checkbook. All these are having the denomination. Like in our country, we are having the denomination of rupees. In the Japan, they are having yen. International currency, United States dollar. So these are the different forms of the money which is generally accepted. In the earlier time, to perform any kind of the transaction, there must be existence of the double coincidence of the want, and in the absence of double coincidence of want, we cannot perform any kind of the exchange. But because of the evaluation of the money, if you are having money, you can purchase anything from the market, so the transactions can be takes place without any problem. Earlier time, a person has to play the role of buyer as well as seller at the same time, but at present, if you are having the money, you can become the buyer, and if you are having the goods, you can become the seller. So it is the difference between the earlier time and the present time, and the problem has been resolved. The second basic problem of the barter exchange system was non-availability of common unit of measurement. It means every commodity having the different exchange rate against the different commodity, but by the evolution of the money, we are having the common unit of measurement, that is what? Rupees. It means against the rupees we can determine the value of every goods and services. It means every goods and services can be exchanged against money, can be exchanged against rupees. So it is what the second basic problem solved by the money, and these are the two basic primary function performed by the money. Other than this, money also performs secondary functions like deferred payment system. The deferred payment means the payment which is to be made into the future date. That is what deferred payment system. It means by the evaluation of the money, it is allowing us to do the credit transaction. It means it is allowing us to get money from the bank in the form of the loan, because in the monetary system we can easily repay the money with the principal amount with a specific interest rates for the certain time duration. It is what we are having the systematic deferred payment system, but in the earlier time it was not possible because of absence of medium of exchange and common unit of measurement. The next secondary function of the money, it is transferability of value. It means we can transfer the value of goods from the one place to another, one person to another, just to do the exchange of the goods. For example, we are getting wheat against money. So money is not a commodity, money is not a goods. Earlier time, we have to purchase something just by exchanging the goods for the goods. So it was not the transfer of the value. At present, we are transferring the value. We can do the transfer of the value. The next is store of the value. Store of the value means whatever the goods we have sold into the market, whatever the income we have generated in the form of money, and that money we can store in the form of cash with us, or we can put this money into the bank. So it is what the store of the money, store of the value of the goods. In the earlier time, the goods what we were having, we have to keep into the safe place, because if the perishable goods, if the animals will destroyed just because of anything, our money will be lost, our wealth will be lost. But at present, we are having the value of the goods into the monetary form. We can keep this into our bank account and into our pocket. So it is the third secondary function. Now the last secondary function is what? Divisibility of the money. It means we can divide the money into the smaller parts. Like if we are having the note of 2000 rupees, we can divide into the different denomination. So it is what possible at present, but in the earlier time, because of lack of divisibility of certain goods, restrict us to do any kind of the exchange. For example, we have gone through the example of the a person having the horse, and the exchange rate against the wheat, it is 100 kgs of the wheat, but on the other side person having only 500 kgs of the wheat. So it is not possible to divide a horse into two parts. So the money also provide the facility of divisibility. So students, these are the general functions of the money. First two primary functions, that is what? Medium of exchange and common unit of measurement. And then 4 secondary function, that is deferred payment system, transferability of the value, store of the value, and divisibility of value.